Welcome back, folks. It is Jafer, and today we're going to take a look at the worst kept secret going into the tail end of 2020. For the past 2.5 years, the G Pro Wireless has been the #1 mouse at LAN events. Your friends probably have it, your family members, maybe even your grandma. And with that time frame that's been used in the public, Logitech's had a lot of feedback. And now we have the G Pro X Superlight, and while it looks almost identical to the 2018 release, let's see what changes it made and if it's worth your $150. Included in the box is going to be the mouse itself, your USB dongle, your USB adapter for your charging cable. You have a PTFE foot, which is 0.8 millimeters thick. You also have a Logitech sticker, which is always nice, as well as grip tape, which is awful. It feels cheap and super thin, but let's get to the heart of the matter. Coming in at a hefty $149.99, the G Pro X Superlight by Logitech is I'll say it right now, it is a fantastic mouse, mainly because they decided not to go extravagant and make drastic changes to an already proven mouse. And with that being said, to the naked eye, this looks identical to the G Pro Wireless, does it not? It does come available in the matte black and the white. With that shape, it is going to be the 125 millimeters at the length. We're looking at right around 59 millimeters at the grip, as well as 40 millimeters high. This has always been a very safe shape, and that's what's made it so popular. You can, palm grip it, you can fingertip, and you can claw grip. I myself, I was really comfortable with claw gripping more than anything with this mouse. I have a 19 by 10 centimeter hand size, and with fingertipping, it was doable. But I definitely felt more comfortable with this in a claw grip form, with the hump and the overall dimensions on that nice runoff on the front as well. The actual scroll wheel is also identical, as well as the encoder. In the white version, it's simply just painted white. There are some things that are deleted on this, and that's going to be the buttons on the right hand side. So if you are a left-handed gamer, unfortunately this mouse might not be for you any longer unless you're able to adapt to only the buttons on the left side. And that's really just to mitigate and minimize some of that weight, because this does drop from right around 82 grams down to 60. Logitech markets the new Superlight at 25% lighter, and it is in fact the case with this, coming in at 60 grams. And the deletion of the side buttons is not the only thing that was taken away from on this mouse. Thanks to Bearded Bob, I'll leave a link to his video in the description below. He is our resident surgeon, as he pried his copy open to really get an in-depth look of the mouse. And you can see where some of the line work on the plastic molding had been minimized, as well as there's cutaways on the PCB board. So that does help with lowering the weight overall to that almost 20 grams or more, which is absolutely insane. There is no RGB, if you've noticed. They did take a cue from the G305 and simply just add a silver or metallic G logo to the back, as well as if you look on the underside, there is no longer a DPI button. That is all controlled through the G Hub software. Standard affair, the G Hub does allow you to edit your command and macros, and once you get to the DPI, you are able to see that it is defaulted at 800 out of the box, and there are 5 presets. You can edit those to your heart's content. There is no difference in coding on the new Superlight. At first I thought there was, because of the fact that it's just a new mouse and you're in that honeymoon phase, but I really do believe that it is the same exact surface area. I think some folks do get confused because maybe they didn't have the G Pro Wireless Ghost Edition, so that different color variation might throw them off for a minute, but I do feel it is the same. I will say that the white variant is going to be a lot better if fingerprints is something that does bother you over time. And where the deletion is on the buttons here, you can see there's a little bit of a ridge or a hump. And I will say that I absolutely loved it. I didn't at first when it was first announced. I thought it was going to get in the way. But this is actually perfect for my ring finger to latch onto if I do need to lift the mouse up for any reason. So it is actually even a better shape than it was on the G Pro Wireless for me. Given that we no longer have RGB, the battery life's naturally going to improve. And with that, you do have 70 hours of battery life before you do have to charge. I will say I went 3 or 4 days without having to plug this in, which was absolutely awesome to see because battery life is always going to be a concern when you add more and more wireless peripherals to your desk. And with that being said, the unfortunate thing with this model is that while they retained a lot from the G Pro Wireless, they also retained the micro USB cable. And while that might not be a deal breaker for most folks, and I hope it's not because this mouse is so great, it's simply just puzzling because even their own recently released wireless headset uses USB-C. And what came out back in June, the MX Master 3 wireless mouse for their Office lineup, that also uses USB-C. So it's just kind of puzzling that they're still using a connection from 2007 going into 2021. The Superlight is compatible with Logitech's PowerPlay mat. One of the first things folks did when they had the G Pro Wireless was to simply change the feet on it right away. That is not the case or something that you should be concerned with when it comes to the Superlight, as it does have 100% grade PTFE feet and they are large. Think of like the Zowie mice where you have a lot of surface area underneath that's making contact, and the glide on this is absolutely insane. I actually do prefer using the included puck with the added PTFE footing just to give it even more of a unified surface area, because you're looking at almost 60% or so of the bottom of this mouse is just completely covered now in a high-grade PTFE material, which is fantastic to see. I do wish, however, they would have included an additional set of feet. Even though as a wireless mouse you wouldn't necessarily need to open this, it is something that is just good to have and adds value to the product. And also, coming off of the stellar battery life that the Superlight has, one thing that you have to contribute to that is going to be Logitech Sensor, which is their hero sensor that was recently updated to support the 25K as mentioned within the G Hub software. And with that being said, paired with the sensor is going to be Omron 20 million click switches. They don't feel as light and crisp as the old 50 mil on the G Pro Wireless. There's a little bit more of resistance or rebound to it. They're still really comfortable. I don't really see myself wanting to replace them unless I run into any double click issues. It would have been nice to see a different brand other than Omron on this particular mouse, but let's go ahead and give you a sound test. My overall thoughts on the Superlight, though, is a must-have if you are someone that had been using the G Pro Wireless or the Hottie for a while now. If it is a shape that you are comfortable with, I say go for it. It is a rather expensive mouse. However, all the subtle changes and improvements they've made makes it well worth your dollars. And I feel like Logitech has really listened to the community and made those proper adjustments outside of the weird little use of still sticking to the micro USB cable. Everything else is exceptionally clean and really top notch and really top contender for the industry. All right, folks, so that does it for me. I'm Jafer. Please let me know in the comments if you enjoyed the video. Hit a like or even subscribe. That would mean a ton to me so I know what content to bring you guys down the road. And until next time, I'll see you on the next one. And you guys stay safe this holiday season. Take care now.